With the 2026 Men's and Women's Mid-American Conference basketball tournaments right around the corner, Falcon Media Sports Network will be celebrating an accomplishment many dream of. The event will be the organization's 5th straight year of covering the entirety of both tournaments.
It is the coolest experience that I've had here as a student. There's nothing like it, being able to go to a professional arena for 4 days straight and be able to call basketball games, be able to cover basketball games of teams that I get to cover all season long, but do it in a venue like that, in a setting like that. And, it really teaches you, we all work hard here year round, but that's a grind, that tournament. You're going 8 in the morning to 10 at night, 4 days in a row.
While Cavalites will be seeing the bright lights of the MAC tournament for his 4th time, the idea to cover the entire tournament came from former sports content director Brandon Lowe, who wanted to begin coverage in 2022 before the global pandemic shut down not only the MAC tournament, but the entire NCAA. By the time Lowe was able to go to Rocket Arena in 2022, his successor, Steve Iwanek, had started college at BGSU, and the duo was able to call the entire tournament for the first time ever.
We were going to start it that year, and that was my sophomore year, so that was before Steve got here, and the tournament ended up getting canceled. And the next year we were remote from the Cooling Center, so the year after that was the first year, and we just fastened down, went out there and did 14 games in 4 days, and it was something that every year when it came around after that point, it's like, hey, we've got so much opportunity to go and learn.
During Lowe and Iwanek's time at BGSU, the organization was going through a rebranding process. Formerly known as Bowling Green Radio Sports Organization, the newly named Falcon Media Sports Network was looking to broaden the overall content of the group, showing they were more than just a radio organization.
When you take the tournament and you take 14 games, you have an aspect to do everything, every single game. You're all working collectively on the same project. 10 people could be working on a game. There could be 2 photographers, 2 broadcasters, 2 videographers, 2 writers writing different stories, but collaboratively at the end, you have all those people coming together, and essentially you're telling one story in different forms. And I think that is something special about sport, but that's also something special about Falcon Media Sports Network, is because it's a network that includes everyone, and that's what the goal was. The network was, to include everyone and make everyone feel like, hey, what you're doing matters, but if you want to branch out and try this, we're going to give you an opportunity to do that as well.
The standard was set high for Falcon Media Sports Network, having their coverage of the MAC tournament as a pillar of what the newly named organization covers.
I think it's a pillar because we can say no one else in the MAC does this. Buffalo doesn't do this. Northern Illinois doesn't do this. None of the Michigan schools do what we do to the extent in which we do. It's something that we can brand and market to kids that are considering BG and say, you know what, if you want to become a broadcaster one day, here's something that no other school that might be pitching to you can say that we can offer, and it's that.
Current sports content director Lucas Kleinmeyer detailed the amount of real-world experience the coverage of the MAC tournament gives students.
In this field, you need reps and you need real world experience. It's one thing to learn journalism skills, AP style, interviewing skills, editing, you name it, in a classroom. And those are all important. You need to learn all that stuff. But if you don't apply it to real world or stuff that's happening in real life, whether it's sports or news or whatever, you're not really learning, because this field is doing and being proactive and going out and talking to people. I think it's one of the most rewarding things too, because it's one of those, after it's done, you look back at it and you think of how proud you are with it.
While the experience is important, dedication and work ethic are the qualities that stick out the most from the MAC tournament when talking to current Falcon Media Sports Network member Artie Abrego, who has covered multiple tournaments for the organization.
It's definitely the hardest the first day, because a lot of times you're still trying to recognize some people. But by the last day, you know all those players and you kind of know how they play and what they are and what they do.
With Cavalites, Kleinmeyer, and Abrego all being seniors, the 2026 tournament will be their last time covering the event for Falcon Media Sports Network, something that all of them will cherish forever.
It's a luxury to be able to cover a tournament like that, the way that we get to cover it. And it's something that I cherish, being able to do that, because, once I'm done here, there's no guarantee I'm ever going to be able to cover something like that again. There just isn't. So I'm definitely gonna miss that. There's something about it, getting up at 8 in the morning, going to an NBA arena, being there until basically everyone else in the arena is gone, walking into that parking garage with like 3 cars in there and driving home in the empty streets of Cleveland.
One opinion that both former and current members have in common: they want to see even better from the organization down the road. The amount of dedication, perseverance, and hard work put in by the founding fathers of Falcon Media Sports Network's MAC tournament coverage should build a baseline for where the future of the organization should be while covering the MAC tournament.
I hope that they're looking back at what we've done the past few years and scoffing at that and looking at it like we didn't do much in terms of covering the tournament. I hope that they, that this thing continues to grow, that people continue to care about this, that this continues to be the big deal that it is, and that people put as much passion and work ethic into it that we have done. That's the goal, is that, what we lay, the foundation, is just a stepping stone for what this organization can become. That we can lay a solid foundation for the people and the leaders that come after us to take it to another level. And really just go crazy with it, with the creativity. So I hope that in 5 years' time from now, I'm watching the content from Falcon Media Sports Network and it's blowing me away.
For Falcon Media Sports Network, Noah Seeley.